right, welcome back to Sideninehomestead. Jody.
Sean.
Thank you. Good job. So it's been 30 days, so we wanted to give a 30-day carnivore diet update. I'm going to show you how to make these amazing shotgun shells. We did the snake method with them too. So you have 2 layers of the briquettes on the bottom, 1 on the top. Look at those, they look amazing. Wonderful glaze on them, and they are the perfect snack.
All that bacon.
On the Weber kettle.
Delicious. All right, we'll see you back in 15.
Move that butter around a little bit, let that melt. So first, before we get into what we wanted to talk about today, we did want to give a big thank you to the entire carnivore community out there on YouTube. We have been blown away at the support and the positive comments and encouragement that we've received from our first 2 updates. It's just been mind-blowing how wonderful everyone's been. We love that everyone has shared their stories. It really took us by surprise.
Yes, thank you. The encouragement through the comments was heart-touching. Thank you so much. We greatly appreciate your words of advice, your words of wisdom, your words of encouragement. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, it's been great. So thanks again. We hope that the more videos that we put out, hopefully we can reach more people, maybe who are thinking about starting the carnivore diet, or just so that we can all keep encouraging each other.
Yes.
So, okay, so first we wanted to get into our 30-day update, and one of the things that everyone always talks about is how much weight have you lost? And I know a lot of people do carnivore diet not just for weight loss. You know, there's a lot of other benefits, which we'll talk about as well. But weight loss does seem to be the primary for a lot of people. So it is highly ranked for us as well. So today is the start of day 31. So yesterday was our day 30. We did weigh in yesterday, not today because we were traveling, but today, or as of yesterday, I was just shy of 16 pounds gone in the 30 days.
And I'm down 21 pounds.
Yeah, which I think between the 2 of us is really an incredible result over 30 days.
And it wasn't from starving either.
No.
We're always full. We eat till we're full.
Mm-hmm.
We eat good food.
Yeah.
And we're not hungry. We're not like starving ourselves.
No, it's really strange.
Yeah, I mean, you eat way less food and you're just full.
Mm-hmm.
And you drink a lot of water.
Yes. Okay, so one of the things we wanted to talk about today was our pros and cons. So we each made a list of our pros and cons that we've learned kind of over these last 30 days, and what is my pros and cons, and then Sean will go through his. So for my pros, of course, the first is weight loss. And like I said, I know everyone doesn't do this for weight loss, but for me, it's just been great. You know, I'm getting to the point where getting close to 50 and, you know, getting into that perimenopause, wonderful time. And as you get older, for women, it's really hard to lose weight. You know, your hormones are getting all crazy and everything. So, why'd you laugh? So, and I know that it'll be harder. So as you get older, you know, getting closer to 50, it is much harder to lose weight. And for me, that's been really great. You know, I've tried so many different things and different times to lose weight, and I really haven't had a whole lot of success. I've been fitting into clothes that I haven't been able to wear in a long time. Even just yesterday, I wore a dress that I ironically bought, I don't know, 5 years ago. I didn't wear it at the time, and I hadn't been able to fit into it, unfortunately, and I was able to wear it yesterday very comfortably. So that was really great. So those are positive ends of the weight loss. Second pro for me would be easy meal planning and less time grocery shopping. You know, you don't have to go out and buy a million different ingredients, make 4 different dishes for a meal that you're going to have. It's less prep, less time, probably less money when you really think about it. I haven't really kind of judged that so much, just because we have been eating out of the freezer and, you know, supplementing here and there, so I can't really give a budgetary perspective as of yet. But just the time savings of the meal prep and all of that has been huge. Sleep. I know I've talked about this in our previous 2 other videos. My quality of sleep has just been unreal. Prior to this, according to Sean, I was a heavy snorer. You know, I know it's true because, you know, when you're near the snore, you sometimes will snore so bad you wake yourself up. So I know that I did. I just didn't think that it really affected the quality of my sleep. I just thought, well, I was sleeping. I don't know what his problem was. I slept fine. But that's not really true. I apparently wasn't sleeping fine because it's just night and day from now, between the way it is now versus how it was back then. My energy is so much higher. I have enough energy to do all the things that I wanted to get done in a day, you know, up until the time when I decide, okay, I'm ready to wind down for the evening. I have the energy to do whatever it is that I need to get done, and that's great. And it starts early in the morning, so, you know, it helps with work and things like that, which is kind of into my last one, which is productivity. I feel like I have my productivity, especially professionally, has been much better. I am faster, I'm more efficient. I feel like my brain's a little bit sharper. You know, I think it's been really good. Now the cons, not a whole lot of cons, of course. The first one would be waking up at night to go to the bathroom. We drink a lot of water now, so unfortunately the side effect of that is that we wake up at night to go to the bathroom. We do try to limit liquids after, or water I should say, because that's pretty much all we drink. After say 6:30, but
Like we're little kids.
Right?
No water after 6 because you'll pee the bed.
That's what I always tell them. If I see him drinking water, I'm like, you're gonna pee the bed. But yeah, we have really tried to limit it. It doesn't seem to make any difference, to be
No,
honest.
unfortunately. We're up at least usually twice, no more than twice.
Yeah, not usually more than twice, I don't think.
And it just shocks me. It's not just a little tinkle tinkle.
Oh, like you're in there for a while.
Yeah, so that's
like,
a con,
okay.
right? It's a con. But you drink a lot of water during the day, and you have to have your electrolytes, or we'll get into that.
The second con was frustration with the food supply and the ingredients that are out there. We did a short, maybe a week or 2 ago, about some of the spice rubs that I have. Kind of have a kitchen obsession, so if I find a chef that I like or whatever, different brands, and I buy every spice rub that they have. I know I can make my own, but it was fun to kind of collect different
She had
ones.
every Traeger, every meat church, you know, like all of those folks.
I did. And then when we started this, I was like, well, let's look at these ingredients. Now, we've been pretty hardcore this 30 days, really just using salt, maybe a little bit of pepper here and there. One thing I would like to get into a little bit is using a little bit more spices. So it caused me to go through what I have, and I was disgusted because the majority of the ones that I was using regularly had sugar in them.
And a lot, too. Be the second ingredient. But when you look at the container, because a lot of them are clear, you wouldn't see sugar in there. It just looks like really good spices.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they wouldn't be a spice rub that necessarily tastes sweet either, which is really strange. So that's what really caught me off guard. Or they have seed oils in them. So you'll see soybean oil, sunflower seed oil, things like that, in a dry spice rub.
Yeah,
so
crazy.
That was really frustrating for me. And then the third con would be changing all of our lifestyle and like the going out and things that we used to do. So one of the things that we really liked to do was going to happy hour at different places. We would get a table in the bar and have a couple glasses of wine and a few appetizers.
And that's all we would do, right? Yeah. I mean, that was our favorite thing, to get a high top somewhere and just spend 2 hours, you know? Yeah. We're here for a couple drinks and some appetizers. And they were usually healthier choices, too.
Yeah, we didn't get, like, the fried chicken strips or anything like that. But, you know...
It was the experience. We were more into, like, the whole experience. Like, drinking wine, people watching, and just relaxing.
Yeah. So... that was a little hard to try to find
really
other
hard.
things.
Because that was fun. Yeah.
No, and we do enjoy that. So, you know, we've, to be honest, we really haven't gone out to eat, I don't think.
No, it's like, well, because 30 days in, we're still finding our way and learning
Mhm.
what we can do, what we can't do. But
Yeah, and what
at
you
some
can
point,
get certain
yeah,
places.
I mean, there's no reason why we can't go to a restaurant, order a hamburger with maybe a slice of cheese. That's it.
Yeah,
So eventually, we may end up doing that. Yeah.
right.
No, hold the bun, hold the lettuce, the tomato, the mayo, the pickles, all the good stuff.
I just want meat on a plate.
That's right.
So, but we'll see. So finding different things to do, and it's been good. And on a positive view of that is we've been getting back to some of the reasons why we originally moved here was the hiking that we have, the biking that's here. We just put our racks on our car for our kayaks. So all the things that we like to do outside that, we would get sidetracked or we'd say, oh, we have so much other stuff we have to do around here instead of going out and doing those things that we really enjoy. So
Yeah, so we made the move up here to change our lifestyle.
Mhm.
And then once we're here, we're making another move, not move, but change in direction with this new lifestyle eating diet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So your pros and cons.
Okay. So my pros are, so my first pro is big to me because I'm very sensitive. So I'm the canary in the coal mine. If we go out to dinner, to happy hour or whatever, and we go to eat something, if I get heartburn within an hour, I'm like, don't eat that. Obviously, it's too late, but so when we eat at home, I don't really have heartburn. It's usually when we eat out, or if we order food, or if we do anything out of the ordinary.
Mhm.
And I would constantly be drinking my Lanta. I get the green bottles in our refrigerator. I like it chilled. And
good.
there's no teaspoons. It's gulp. Oh, one more gulp. And then, and it was daily. So all I'm doing is masking what the underlying issue is, right, by taking my Lanta. And there's ways to fix acid reflux, but, who wants to take the time and the effort to do that? But anyway, my big one is the heartburn is 100% gone.
Yes.
God. And then, with the heartburn and other digestive issues, SIBO, SIBO, it's common with people who have a normal American diet of eating sugar and all the bad stuff, right? And, that's when the bacteria in your large intestine find their way into the lower intestines, which is a bad thing. And, the doctors will tell you, well, you have to change your diet. Eat less carbs, do this, do that to go away, whatever, right? But so my symptom to this SIBO was I would have this excruciating pain in my stomach, like someone stabs me. Every time I would take the first bite of food, either for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, the first bite that went down, the pain. It would last for 3 seconds and then it would go away. But that did that every day. And that was going on for a couple months.
Mhm.
Up until we started this diet. That's completely gone. 100% gone. So no heartburn, no SIBO. My knees and back, I'm not slow moving. I can move and get around much easier now. The weight loss, 21 pounds. 21 pounds is a lot of weight. We've been on diets before where you'd lose a pound in a week and you're like, yeah, this diet sucks. Right? Let's just go back to happy hour and go sit at the high top and enjoy our lives, right? But, 21 pounds, that's a lot of fat, right? And you lose it everywhere. And I always used to joke prior to this that, underneath all this weight, I'm very muscular, right?
That's right.
I got these biceps and this six pack. But I'll tell you what, losing the 21 pounds in eating protein actually does build muscle. I mean, how do you build muscle? Protein. Everybody knows that. When you lift weights, you eat a lot of protein. And, I can actually see definition just by eating protein and losing weight. Before all the weight loss, I'm a confident person, but internally, sometimes I make myself self-conscious when I'm in crowds, like, oh, that person's so much better because they're skinny and tall. Just because you're skinny does not mean you're healthy. I mean, we know a lot of skinny people that just eat candy and sugar all day long. Just because you're skinny doesn't mean you're healthy, right?
Yes.
And, when we're around skinny people, I'm always like, meaning that, the self-confidence wasn't there just because they were skinny and healthy and all this other stuff. So the weight loss helped bring on internal self-confidence in certain situations. I mean, I'm usually the alpha male. So, so those are my pros. My cons, like what Jody said, the getting up to do number one at night, that's kind of a pain in the butt. But you know what? For the lifestyle that we have and for not having the health issues that we had, okay, I'm okay. Right. I'm okay. So when we do sleep, we sleep hard. We feel good. When I say hard, I mean you're out. Yeah. And then when you wake up to go to the bathroom, you come back, you're out. So, it's not really like we're losing sleep by going to the bathroom, because prior to this, we just didn't sleep. So it's a dream now, even getting up. Yeah. And so my second con is, even though my body was inflamed with sugar and I didn't eat well, I still had a lot of energy and I could do a lot of stuff, splitting firewood. We cut about 4 acres of grass, even not pushing, but, riding mowers, but, and all the work and all the buildings that we've been building and all that. So, I had a lot of energy. So I thought, right? So this is kind of a con. I don't know if it's a con and a pro, but, up until 25 days into this, I was running at 70% my usualness, and I knew that I wasn't at 100%. But for some reason on day 25, bam, 125% of what I was prior to this, right? So I don't know what it was. I don't know if it took 25 days for the total inflammation and sugar and everything to leave my system, because after that 25th day, I woke up in such a good mood. Yeah. And everything was in focus and everything was changed. Now I ate way more sugar and bad food than she did. So I don't know, maybe it took me 25-day person. I'd like to hear if anybody else had that same experience. But on that 25th day, so we're 6 days after the 25th day, because it's day 31, I still have an amazing amount of energy. Homestead Hal, Carrie, he made a comment that, if I had $1 billion sitting here in cash, would I trade the way I feel now for $1 billion? Now, $1 billion, that's a lot of money. I might be happy, a little fatter, a little slower, a little pain.
Happy, chubby, rich person.
But seriously, the way I feel now at 31 days, I see what Carrie was saying. Go to Homestead Hal, watch Carrie's videos. Yeah. He's the one that motivated us. One person can make a difference, and that's why we decided to kind of put our journey out there, hoping that we can encourage others to also take this journey, because it is life-changing. Yeah. Not $1 billion, but still, I mean, it is life-changing.
Yeah, it's been amazing.
People look at us, we were out of town, she said earlier, with family, and they all noticed, whoa, what did you do? And we're explaining, and we'll do another video, because there's so many negativities on just eating red meat. You're gonna die, right? But that's another video, because we don't want this to go too long. Okay, so it took me 25 days to get my energy back, plus 25%, which is awesome. I feel like Carrie is saying. I don't know, what kind of energy level do you have?
I'd say I'm at 100%, but I think before we started, I wasn't at 100%. I was probably only at 70, 75%. So for me, it's been a huge increase as well. He's always had more energy than me. He can never sit still. Yeah. He can't,
all right.
Yeah. Anyway.
So, those were our pros and cons. We would love to hear if any of your pros and cons as well. I mean, it would really help motivate us to see if you had some of the same pros or different cons, or cons that maybe we didn't think of that, oh yeah, we did have that con or something. Yeah, so we would appreciate more comments, and thank you again. So our recommendations, we want to do some recommendations, pros, cons, and now these are recommendations on what we feel, how this has helped, and if we would recommend this to anybody else.
Yeah. So I think when maybe you're thinking about starting this, or maybe you've tried it before but didn't have any luck, or you just, your willpower gave out, whatever the case may be, some of the things that we think worked for us that would be helpful. So first off, would you recommend this?
Yes, absolutely. Before the 25 days, we would have. But since the 25th day for me personally, like I just said, yes, absolutely, I would recommend this. Like I have all my energy plus, and I can do more and be more.
Yeah, I would recommend it as well for all the reasons that we've kind of already talked about. So some of the other recommendations, first would be to clean out your house before you start. That was a biggie for us, and it's kind of hard to do.
Because we like ketchup, mayonnaise, mustard,
Mayonnaise.
pickles, relish on our smash burgers with a big juicy bun. Although now we like our smash burgers with just smashed burgers with butter.
Right.
But the point of that is, the ketchup. I mean, you could get ketchup without high fructose corn syrup, but the sugar in
There's
it,
still
the
sugar.
mustard, the pickle,
Yeah.
all that stuff. I don't miss it.
No, I don't either,
I don't
which
miss
is odd.
it. So clean out your pantry.
Yeah.
You know, give it to friends, give it to family. Clean out your refrigerator. We literally, when we did our big Costco haul, you should watch that video. It was crazy with how we started. But before we went to Costco, we cleaned out our refrigerator. There was pretty much...
There was like nothing in there.
There was like nothing in
Eggs.
there.
We had eggs.
Eggs, lots of eggs.
From our chickens.
Yeah.
But that's about it.
Yeah, so prepare. Get ready.
So just get ready for that. You know, get rid of whatever you know is your temptation. You know, if you're used to Nutella, if you're used to sitting on the couch in the evening and eating a bag of chips or eating
popcorn,
you know, whatever it is, you need to get it out of the house, because a lot of those types of things, it's just a habit. You're not even hungry. It's just...
And you know what? With us, we didn't really crave any of that stuff.
No.
And so I may be a little different because I was hooked on sugar bad.
Yes.
But I was so determined to make this work because the way Carrie on Homestead How and everybody else on a lot of other videos, they were all successful and all the positives. So I think with knowing that with this community, this great YouTube community, gave me a lot of willpower to do this. So I really didn't have those cravings. I mean, yeah, if we went to a store or something and we walked past something, I would like that, but no, we had we even had on our last video, we went up to Lake Erie. We were going to rent a pontoon with friends. But then the water, it was way too windy. I mean, these terrible white caps, not on the lakeside, but the bay side. So we're like, great, what are we going to do? So Erie, a lot of wineries. So Jody and I are like, screw it, let's go to the winery. So we went to the wineries. We didn't sample any wine.
No.
And we love wine, as you all know. We brew our own wine. We have videos on that. And our friends we went with, they got wine. And they enjoyed the wine, and we talked with them. Yeah, we're like, can we just smell it? But we really didn't have the temptation.
No.
But anyway.
But I think as part of that too is we're both really competitive. So it's like, I'm not going to be the one to break. Are you going to be the one to break?
No.
It's like this thing, right? Which I think it's nice when you have that playoff with each other.
Yes.
So
that was clean out.
Sorry.
Sorry for that sidetrack. Okay, back to this.
Okay, read your labels. We kind of already talked about that with the spice rubs, but you kind of have to look at everything. And you know, I didn't think of this before, but like some of the sausages and things, you need to look at those too. We had some breakfast sausage in our freezer, and like the second ingredient was brown sugar.
Yeah, and we also bought the
gyro.
The gyro. We thought, well, we know it's meat with stuff, but we didn't realize they put wheat and stuff in there.
Yeah.
So, and like all kinds of stuff. We're like, that's in a gyro?
I know. I didn't know.
The gyro meat.
Yeah. Like when we went down to the strip district in Pittsburgh, they have a Greek store. So we went in there and
we were so excited because we bought some gyro slices.
Like, oh, that'll be a different thing to snack on.
And we didn't look at the ingredients until we got home. When we got home, I'm like, Jody, there's wheat, there's sugar, there's soybean oil.
Right? We were like, oh.
Yeah,
so frustrating. So even still,
our neighbors love us.
It's right.
Here, take this food.
Yeah. So it's easy to get sidetracked, even though we know that we have to read the labels.
All right.
You know. Anyway, okay. So read your labels. Electrolytes. You want to make sure you have your electrolytes. All you're drinking is water.
And a lot of water. You're really thirsty in the beginning when you start. Really thirsty. Like I had a dry mouth for 5 to 7 days.
Yeah, I remember that.
Even drinking water, but. You know, if you keep drinking too much water, your electrolytes, and then you get tired and you get all kinds of other issues. So we have electrolytes in water bottles, so
Yeah.
we're constantly putting electrolytes in every time we drink water.
Yes.
So plan for that. Get the electrolytes before you start.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
And make sure you get the right ones, because sometimes they put sweeteners and
Yeah.
all kinds of stuff in. Make sure it only has the 4 ingredients. And we said them earlier. Sodium, potassium.
Chloride, and magnesium.
Yes, there you
Okay.
go.
Keep it simple. So I think a lot of times people get overwhelmed with thinking of like,
We did.
yeah, we
In the
definitely
beginning.
did. Thinking about what we needed to do. You know what? If all you can manage in the beginning is browning up a pound of ground beef and having that with some salt and some butter, go for it.
Yeah.
That's perfect. That's all you need. But, you know, if you think you're going to have to do all these elaborate things and smoke this meat and grill ribs and do all, like, that may be, like, maybe down the line you can get to that point, but that's not something you have to start with that.
Keep it
So,
simple.
Absolutely, keep it simple. And lastly, which we kind of talked about in the very beginning, was find some support. So, you know, like we said, we're so thankful for the YouTube community and being so supportive and encouraging. That's a great way. You don't necessarily have to make your own videos and share them if you don't feel comfortable to do that. But interact in the comments. You know, if you read through the comments of the videos, there's a lot of people that are sharing their stories or
It's
their
wonderful.
experiences.
Thank you.
And it's been really helpful for us.
Very helpful. Thank you.
Yeah, it makes it like...
It was encouraging.
Mhm.
And people had such nice things to say.
Yeah.
And there were a lot of people who are like, welcome to the community. It actually does feel like a community.
It does, yeah.
I mean, you should go through our comments, because it makes you feel better too. I mean, we read everybody else's comments when we watch others' videos and leave comments as well. So we greatly appreciate all the encouragement and the kind things that you've said. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's also different groups on Facebook, different carnivore groups. So there's some that are just for women, if you feel more comfortable with that. They have ones for beginners. They have just plain carnivore groups.
There's a lot of support.
There's so many things out there. You know, you can also, if you don't have a spouse or a partner that you can do this with, which makes it really easy, you know, talk to some of your friends. I'm sure some of them are struggling and trying to find a way that works for them. And if, you know, you and a friend can do it together and be that sense of support for each other, that would always be helpful.
Yes.
So I think that's it.
That's it. Again, thank you so much for your kind words and your awesome support. We greatly appreciate it. We're hoping, just like Carrie and Homestead Hal, he touched us, so we're hoping we could touch someone too and encourage them and have their life changed as well.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, thanks for watching.
Yeah.
We appreciate it. We'll share some more as we continue our journey.
Yeah, please thumbs up if you like this video. Please subscribe. You can watch some of our future videos. We're going to do a lot of cooking and baking and stuff that might give you some ideas that you could cook on pretty quickly. You know, she goes into the office. I'm fortunate I get to work from home, but you know, she needs to pack food for lunch and whatnot. So we'll try to put out some recipes that we find and we experiment with.
Yeah.
All right, thanks for watching.